Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay. So we finally got guild chat working. Or WoW, Discord, guild chat, whatever. Um, well, I'll talk about that later. Right now, I think people are just, the guild is just playing with their new toy now. All right. La la la. What is up, everyone? This is do. Oh, yeah, different cup, huh? Coffee with salt. Huh? I'm your host. We're gonna chat and talk. We are going to cover at least some of what has transpired over the week. I'm going to just kind of cheat and use the likes of, like Wowhead, Icy Banes, and whatnot to help bring us headlines, and then we'll just talk about it. So, this sort of weekly format, like I've been doing it a number of times, or I just do it more like a podcasty sort of thing. I'm happy to talk with chat about some of the things that are going on over the week and some people's reactions, especially because it's a patch week. And with a patch week comes the first few days of a patch week, and typically with the first few days, it's fire and chaos and everything's broken and the game's literally unplayable and LVY isn't working and all sorts of stuff. So we're going to, talk a little bit about that, because my personal experience has been markedly different. Not to say that people are wrong, of course. If anyone's experiencing issues, report it, talk about it. That always helps. As for like how and what the actual impact is, that's tougher to gauge. And then, of course, there's the reactions, which with the internet, sometimes it tends to be hyper magnified, but we want to do our best to at least read through that stuff as well. Let me say hi to people real quick. What is up to Roxana? You're the first person to say hi. Also, what's up to Melvenu? Hello to Van I Am, Undeath Metal, Larry Arcadius, Jolly Goodfella, Kimmy, our Sundust, and the rest of y'all. The beautiful digital smiling faces going to be who are going to be joining us throughout the day. One of the things that I was like kind of tilted about, and I spent some time on stream trying to figure it out with guild and whatnot, was the Discord guild chat stuff. I know that there's conversations about the whole privacy thing, and I'm not going to get into that part. I'm mostly want to bring up like the fact that it was buggy and it didn't work, and no one can really figure out how. So I followed all the steps. I looked at the articles and, the things that would otherwise help us get it working, and it just didn't work. This morning, actually just minutes before I started this recording and broadcast, I'm like, let me just look and like just do a quick sanity check. I'll just hit the buttons and see if it connects, and it did. And so it's like, oh, okay, it's something on the back end. There were no error messages that were sent to me. So to me, that's part of the bug. Of course, the bug itself is it's not working, but I'd say the greater severity is that I'm not being told why. If I got an error message that said, server error or whatnot, that would at least help inform me, okay, it's probably a problem on their side. I'm not gonna sweat it. And it's been inconsistent. Some people were able to connect just fine. Others are probably still trying to initiate their connections. And it's just one of these many things, and we'll go over like some of the other issues that people have been running into, where, the first couple of days of a patch are just like, bleh. They're just kind of crummy. Meanwhile, the weekend warriors, the folks who come in, after their day jobs and all that stuff, their 9 to 5s, they come in and be like, oh, okay, everything's looking all right. What's the problem, guys? And then the rest of us are just like, we're exhausted from like whatever bugs or whatever issues that people are running into. So what else have folks been running into? I'm kind of going off this at the top of my head, reports that I've seen. And like I said, I believe what's going on. I just happen to not experience any of it myself. Like when I happened to do the events down in the vaults, it was chill. It was springy. Like I was doing stuff. I was having a good time. I had no problems whatsoever. apart from like just, you know, the whole learning how to navigate stuff. Like I had no issue. Other folks, not so much. You know, timers were busted, and I'm not sure if that's like an entire region thing or a global thing, or if it was just like localized to like certain shards. Still a problem. But again, it's hard to gauge like just how much just how severe some of the stuff was. There might be some ongoing issues still, like I believe it was reported that it was a bug where trying to do the soiree over in Eversong and trying to do abundance stuff requires max level, which it should not. It is not a change; it's a bug, and that just needs to be fixed. Now, relative to other things, you know, it's a pretty little baby potato compared to some of the other things that we could run into. You know, like actual crashes, things like that, which I'm sure are happening elsewhere, but that doesn't seem to be widespread enough to be like, okay, this is like a big issue that prompts um, a, a region-wide realm maintenance or anything like that. So yeah. Meanwhile, while I do some of this stuff, I'm going to be making money. Alright, get some of this phone stuff out of the way. Boop, boop, boop. And do not disturb. Bye. How to import a stairwell room? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Malvenu is the one who made a video for that. Nice. Many events not triggering has nothing to do with add-ons though. Yeah, so like people reported that, you know, the events for curse surges, that the timer would disappear, or that visually, like when you go to the event map and you try to, I don't know if I can do this here on this character, but if you go into the events and then you see like these events, for some people they weren't moving at all, they were causing errors or something like that. Now keep in mind, like this is all local time, so like cursor just started like 3 minutes ago, so hurry up. Hurry up, get over there. But at least at least we do have like a schedule. But the fact that for some people like this list has been disappearing, obviously bad. Events not firing off at all, very bad. You know, no one likes to show up for nothing. Baz is saying that server hopping fixed it most of the time, thankfully. So like I said, that it seems to be something that isn't global. It just seems to be like server specific, you know, shard specific, whatever you want to call it. So while not as widespread as some might try to make it, you know, keep reporting if you see something going on. I originally had game freezes when in the Cold Isle, but it seems to have been hotfixed yesterday. Oh, like actual crashes and all that? Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's usually, you know, one of those things that are like giga priority. Like those are the things they definitely want to, you know, they'll fix that over the whole level 90 requirement to get into like soirees and abundant stuff. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing when developing any game. You know, this is me speaking like a bit more generally. Like a lot of the time, like these companies, these studios, developers, whatever, they need to triage. They need to kind of, you know, for those of you who remember way back in the day, in the before times, and by that I mean when there was first aid, you had to learn it back in the vanilla days, and so you had to kind of choose the people that you wanted to heal. And it kind of, you know, this applies to healers too. Like sometimes you're trying to get the ones who are like, you know, who are furthest down, or they're dying the most. Sometimes you need to kind of let things go. So in the case of like bug fixes and whatnot, it's very unfortunate where studios have to, you know, decision makers within those studios. So notably, not the QA, but the QA leads, they need to kind of like prioritize, okay, what is going to be fixed versus what are we just going to like let happen, let it go live, because otherwise we, you know, basically they don't want to delay the patch if at all possible. But it's like for us gamers, we would be like, oh no, the patch has to be You know, it's got to be like 99 or 102% perfect before you put this out. But unfortunately, it's not a very realistic expectation. Which kind of sucks. Let me do these two. I'm curious, like, have you guys run into any specific issues? Like, for me, the biggest one was the guild stuff. You know, it didn't work. I wasn't told why. There were no statements from Blizzard as to why it wasn't working. Like, that stuff sucks. I'm sure, like, another big problem that the housing community is having is I don't know yet. I haven't checked this morning. But it doesn't seem like basements work yet. I don't think we can move entrances to the house yet still. And that really sucks. You know, so again, that's one of those things where, you know, decision makers over at Game Studio X or Blizzard or whatever, they need to be like, okay, do we delay the whole patch because basements aren't working? Because that's like a very important thing for housing people. Or do we just proceed but leave that part of the feature shut down? Just make sure that nothing else breaks. And otherwise, let's let people play the game. Are we okay with that? And that's just one of many decisions that happen when doing any sort of like QA related stuff. A lot of folks they'll rightfully be like, well, they're supposed to find everything and fix everything, but QA is just like it's only one narrow step in the whole grand scheme of game dev. And of course, as someone who used to do QA, I'm very sympathetic to their cause. Like, I feel confident that, you know, from my past experience, we do find everything, but sometimes hard decisions are made as to what actually goes live. You know, what we let go live, or what definitely needs to be fixed, or, you know, can we get the people who are the developers or whatever, can we get a pledge from them? Yes, this can be fixed within 1 week. We just need to do this. And then we'll be like, okay, go ahead. It sounds shitty, but that happens on the regular. And it's not great, but it's also, I don't know. I guess the question is, should we ever be, should we are used to it, but it should that still be a sustainable thing? You know, should we really like come down hard on game studios that allow for these kinds of bugs to go through and threaten to compromise the player experience? You know, there's no blame to go out there, but things have just kind of evolved this way, partially because of greed, of course, but it's also the opportunity for live patching, you know, hot fixes, or just providing day one patches and things like that. So those give all sorts of opportunities for game studios to be like, okay, one, we can add more to the game later, as in expansions and things like that, with, you know, and they could just do this through digital distribution. They don't have to go through the whole process of printing boxes and all that stuff. But also, it lets them kind of get away with, oh, this is a problem, but we want to make Street Day. We want this thing to go live. We'll fix it in like a day one patch, or we'll fix it within the first week or so, because the impact on players, there will be an impact. But is it going to be something that is going to be like really harmful for the game? And those are things that they consider and analyze and just kind of math out too. Did I do this one? Oh no, I guess I did do this one already. All right, so can I print more things? Because I think the potions... Oh no, I'm broke on this guy. Okay, so this guy's good. Sonata, thank you for subbing. Dude, and you were... and you gifted earlier too. That was darling. That's darling of you. Also, thanks to Valeri for the Prime, so appreciate it. The biggest crime this patch is that the new winding stairs only go in one direction. We need it flippable for both sides. Ah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, flipping it upside down is not going to work, is it? I don't recall the construction of it, so... Only other complaint is the underground area. Can't really solo any of it. Force a group. Nobody will invite. Low gear scoring folks are stupid about that. There are, so the way that I look at that feature, there are a couple layers to it. So like the solo person is not going to just blast everything day one, unless they're a tank. That's a hint. There's always been this conversation among gamers about, oh, Blizz, we need content that feels meaningful and challenging and fulfilling, and it celebrates we don't want to just one-shot everything. I'm being oversimplistic about this. But then there's another segment of players who are like, no, we definitely need to like one-shot everything. This needs to be like super accessible. This needs to be like, this needs to be super trivial. And so there's this constant, there's that constant dissatisfaction among segments of players who are like, this sucks, or this is too easy, or something like that. And I wonder how people, feel about like the whole outdoor public event thing. Like curse surges, for the most part, not soloable. Like you definitely want to have a group, and that's the whole point. That's the reason why they would be, why they're timed and why they're staged in such a way to compel folks around the zone to be like, oh, it's about that time, buddy, let's go. And then everyone just kind of congregates at that one spot, blasts, and then moves on to do their own thing. But when it comes to like these sorts of journeys and whatnot, at least the way I see it, like, I think gamers often compare their solo performance to what other people are doing and are like, how do I get closer to that but still be solo? And the only like kind of compromise that we've seen is the idea of like this kind of like progressive player power that's zone specific. It is not fast. It is meant to feel like this journey. So people are gonna be in there and they might do like those whippy little temple strikes, and that's it. And hopefully, as these public events, because they go on down there too, as those public events are going on, people can at least participate and like feel like they're a part of it, even if they're like undergeared and otherwise vulnerable, or if they just play as a healer or whatnot. They can like at least do something. At least I feel like they can do something. Of course, again, my perspective is all kind of out of whack because I'm a tank and I'm just like, ooh, where's this? And like behind me, there's like 30 guys wailing on me and stuff. I'm like, huh? So I know that my viewpoint is a little like, but I like to think that this is it's a good balance of like all these different player tastes. I've seen other folks talk about how they just don't like the whole structure of it, how they're corralled into one event. They're just kind of like chasing a thing all the time. And I don't know if that's like a self-inflicted thing, because it's like you can get off this train anytime and, you can hop on or just do like a certain thing and just, stay there instead of feel compelled. But I think it's because like we see these alerts or we see these beacons on the map. As gamers, we might feel compelled to be like, ooh, I think I really want to like go and do that and participate because the map is telling me to. So it's kind of up to us to decide how to soak that in. And then this first week, I think it's like the newness of it that has us being like, ooh, what's this about? And then, and of course, because we get some of the highest participation rates early in the season, we want to jump into all that. It's easy to get overwhelmed. Yeah, like I feel like the way the mob placement is, they're spread apart until you're trying to like go from point A to point B, and there's stuff in the way. You're either being trying to be careful about trying to not aggro stuff, or you're not, and you're just hoping that you can get through. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But there's also things that help you move around the zone as well. Like as you unlock some of those powers, and I recommend for folks unlocking those special movement powers. Like you find these like keys or treasures just from killing mobs, and then you find these treasures, you get clues and everything. I was doing it on stream. It was pretty fun because I was like, oh, I'm actually like doing this like organically, or like on my own. But it helped me zip around a lot faster. Like there's like additional flight points that I unlocked. There's additional jump points that keep me in the air so I can like get from one place to another. It's a game. And some people, they don't want it to be that kind of game. They just want to, why do I gotta jump through all these hoops to make it easier? Why don't you just make it easier, Blizz? It's a fair question, but I think that's a discussion that doesn't have a right or wrong answer, and so folks are just gonna keep engaging in that talk. I was trying to consider how others will take my post about progress because Malvenia is very well geared and I have a lot of time to play, so he's the outlier. I don't want to make people feel like they're not as good. Yeah, like being a tank, it makes it makes people's reactions to my takes highly dismissive whenever I talk about world content. Oh, you would talk about that because you're a tank, and I'm like, damn right, I'm a tank. What am I, stupid? No, yeah. But no, it is important to bring up like how people are feeling if they're less geared, or if they play as a certain spec, or if they want to play as a healer and they are under geared. Like how do you cater to all that stuff? But then when Blizzard answers that with something like, oh well, we'll just item level scale, or we'll mob scale things, then you see different sorts of outcry. Oh my god, they're making it, they're making the game literally harder if I gear more. They're punishing my progression, and gamers will say all sorts of things, man. It's not coming from nowhere, but I don't know. It's a gamers can be very uncompromising with their takes and beliefs. I'm the same way. There are certain things that, I advocate for, and I will look over other people's concern about. I'm like, okay, I hear you, but not really. No. Lack of a western flight path is annoying. I thought it was just easy enough to just walk, to just run across the stairs or whatnot. I'd say like the most punishing thing is the event when you go into those tunnels, and then there's one tunnel far to the northwest, and I'm like, oh, that one's always going to be last, man. that one's a buster. But you can unlock a flight point that takes you close to that spot too. But that's like the northwest, not the actual west. It feels pretty traversable though. It like if you're starting from the main area, down to the south, like if you start there, then it's a pretty chill walk. I think it was pretty easy to avoid mobs. They've been very generous with Balby. Oh, Warbound gear. Got it. My 216 Invokers on 260 without being used. That's the other thing too. Like this patch has been very, very generous about getting folks started. First off, there's the veteran stuff you can buy if you happen to have excess field accolades. There is the 4 zone event stuff where you can get yourself some veteran gear by redoing the events once. There is the layer boss. There is the many weeklies that not just give gold or not just give gear because you only get gear from like the first couple of those, but then you also get like oodles of gold and crest and what have you. There's the new weekly that gives the Trove Hunter's Bounty, which gives you access to hero gear if you can manage to clear a tier 8 delve. There's the champion piece that you get from combining the two. I don't know what they're called, but you get like that poison kind of gear, and that's going to be kind of important for transmog collectors too, because doing those unlocks new, those are new appearances that you happen to get from those. And there are sources that I haven't really thought about, and then there's of course running Mythic Zero. So like the gearing is pretty generous at every level. It's just that the season hasn't started, and of course, we've been hearing a good bit of that too. Oh my God, how come Mythic Plus and raids aren't open? That sort of thing. Next week, it's going to be very predictable. We're going to hear, oh my God, how come we're not seeing, how come story mode isn't open yet? That's another great question and an ongoing discussion that's been going. Personally, I don't want it to be, quote, easier, but I don't want to spend time having to do things instead of the fun things I want to do, like participate in the event that's going to be over before I get there, lol. Now, the counterpoint to something like that is, it's on the timer. You know when it is. You know what it's, and like for those who, I don't know if you need, maybe an add-on will help with this too, but the kinds of events these are, you eventually know where they go. And so some add-on maker will be like, okay, let me just point to where these things are. So that way I can be there. So when 23 minutes and 10 seconds is up, I'm already there. Boom. Right now, I don't got a clue. I don't know what the hell this stuff is. But I think most of the time we can get there without too much trouble. Unless you just do steady flight, or by principle you only walk, then that's a totally different thing. Is there a fast way to get up and down the vaults from the cold isle other than flying? I don't think so. To me, that's another thing. I'm like, that's pretty obnoxious, having to fly all the way down there. For kicks, I happened to fly from here all the way to the coiled isle, and then my birthday came by. We went through another president, and it was crazy. It took a long time to fly over. I don't really recommend doing it. Again, it's on a timer. I guess I'm just unhappy with the amount of trash that has to be defeated to get there too frequently. I believe you. As a tank, I'm like, what are you talking about? Huh? There's trash? I just walk right over, man. It's all good. I know I have a list of topics. Okay, not really. Now, yeah, see, these news items that I'm seeing from Wildhead Ice Veins, they're like weak. And they're things that they're topics that also don't really interest me at all, like the shop stuff that is going to China, like, yeah, I don't know. Until the Endeavor changes, you can check the point in the neighborhood. Yeah, there's that too. That's the fastest way. Next week, you'll be able to start the Prey quest line. When the season starts and everything. That's probably one of the first things you want to do, because the Prey quest line will give you a teleport directly to the Coiled Isle, at least. And then you're there. As for going to the vaults, that's different. So the way I kind of look at it, like, if you're going to the vaults as like a stop on your whole journey in your play session, it does feel like kind of a pain in the butt to fly all the way down and fly all the way up. And it's also kind of like, it also feels kind of, it's jank, but it's not. Like, they considered it. Like, when you get to the actual vault, you're dismounted, but then when you mount up, you're like super fast, which works, but it's also kind of not very elegant, in my opinion. Like, that's something I'm like, yeah, it feels kind of weird. It's too bad it's not like a clean thing where we can just fly all the way down, because to me that just feels more consistent. It feels better. And then once we get to the vault, then it dismounts us. That would still be a little jarring, but at least that's it. The questing low-theme gear is cool. Yeah, the transmog stuff is lit. Lots of transmog unlocks, lots of decor unlocks. Like, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Fianella, hey, what's up? All right, we're still doing this stuff. Printing some gold. Zamaj, hey, how's it going? Breaking from the weekly talk, I'm almost done cutting all the visits. I'm sure I missed a few, or I might have overlooked some, but I'm getting there. There's like 100 more visits that I'll be putting up, at least 100 that I'll put up, like probably probably Sunday or Monday or something like that. But I think I think it's just February's. Yeah, I just need to go through February and get all of those cut and ready, and then I'll be caught up. Dude, seriously, I've been waiting for this for the whole damn year to finally be caught up with all the videos to cut and everything. It's gonna feel really good. And once that burden is lifted, I'm going to shoulder more crap. Oh, glorious. Glorious. Smashing and trashing the UL, and I'm liking it. Nice. That's the same myself. No, it's not over 1,000. It is like 600 something, 700 something. Yeah. So like, for example, like this week, I only did 10 visits because I wanted to just kind of go through all the patch stuff. So I did 8, and then I did a bonus 2. And then I just did all of them. You know, they're all cut and ready to go. They're ready to go onto the rerun stream. I think they're already uploaded onto YouTube. They don't have thumbnails. That's something I'll never get caught up on. I don't have. I would need either to hire someone, or I would need. Yeah, I basically need to hire someone to do it. Tell us and never telling friends. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Soul. I am doing a sort of like podcasty chat kind of thing. I'm just talking about how the week went with everyone, talking about like issues and like the things that are working and not working, and otherwise, we're here to hang. So feel free to stay for as little or as long as you like, while I sit here and hit the I key and make money. You're not gonna like the speculated 12.0 zone location? 12.0 zone? Well, wait. You're talking about 12.0 or 12.2? Because we're on 12.1 now, baby. I like when Soul chats with us. I try to do it between visits, right? I do what I can. And then, like this week, I've been doing a lot more direct engagement with chat, and you know, sometimes we'll trade barbs because I have takes, and then we get like a nice, healthy back and forth. Mostly because I'm right, and then you guys are just struggling futilely to prove me wrong. Just kidding. Just kidding. This guy's good. Yeah, 12.2. I don't know. I haven't really seen much. I haven't heard. Yeah, I haven't looked through. I haven't really paid attention to story spoilers. And so, like, I've been seeing a lot of folks that feel vindicated after seeing the story of like the patch campaign and everything. They're like, "Oh my god, you know, it totally wasn't like what the data mining said." And I'm like, "No shit. It wasn't like what the data mining said." You know, this is so. Here's me starting shit. I think making content around story spoilers is bad content. That is my take. I know for me as a creator, it's like it's a waste of time. Why am I talking about story that I'm not even sure is going to happen? Data mining's one thing because it's like, okay, it's in the game, and now I'm just going to speculate, like, is it going to come out in this form? When is it going to come out? Hey, everything that's coming in 12.1. Yeah, but when exactly? I don't know. But when it comes to story stuff, I don't know, man. Like, folks will react to limited context and then take it as fact and call it bad writing. And no, speculation is fun, but when it comes to uh, these sorts of story spoiler reactions, it's not speculation, it's reactions. And people are expending their precious energy reacting to this sort of stuff. And then from there, they do this weird thing of like setting an expectation or wondering if their feelings are going to be vindicated or proven wrong or something like that. And I don't know, it just feels like bad content. I don't know. Like, this is hard for me to talk about because I don't even know what was data mined and what people were saying, because I that's something that I almost purposefully don't pay attention to. Not even out of principle. It's not even, oh, I don't want to see spoil. It's not even that. It's just so uninteresting to me because I don't know if it's going to be the actual story. And when I did go into like some of those story spoilers and would look at that sort of stuff, I would think to myself, okay, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? But I don't know, because the kind of experience that the game developer is trying to craft for me, the context around this stuff, it's not there. And what I'm seeing might not even come to pass anyway. So I kind of just stop paying attention to that sort of stuff. And I feel bad because I'm kind of trash talking folks who put a big emphasis on that. Like, I know Taliesin likes to do like big analytic thingies on like cinematics and story because that's important to him, and it's important to a lot of other people too. I just feel like talking about that is sort of a waste. It reminds me, so it makes me think back to a tweet that Mr. GM put out. I talked about this a number of times. I can't help but talk about it more. I don't have the tweet on me, but he said something along the lines of, "Hey, what if I do a news show that focuses on like in development stuff and data mining and things like that, and come at it from this angle?" And I've been going back and forth. I was like, "Oh, I don't know, man," and I'm like, "Oh, well, it'd be cool if people are." If people are mature about it and they come into this knowing that this is all just data mine stuff and we're going into it with that energy, but at the same time, people are not very mature about that sort of stuff either, and they will spread the word in disingenuous ways, and then we'll get like these player reactions to things that aren't even necessarily happening. We just kind of speculate it's going to happen like this, and then have takes about, oh, well, this clearly is a dumb decision Blizzard's making. Psh, I quit. It's like these wild overreactions from folks, and story stuff would be part of it. We would see people reacting to the game months before it actually gets into their hands, and it's being read to them by someone else, because they're giving their takes as well, or they're just given like the raw information and then they decide for themselves, using their own sorts of decision making, slanted a certain way, not really given, not really guided by what the game is really trying to do. And it's a lot of people just can't handle it. A lot of people can't handle data mining and stuff now. They'll look at things as if, yeah, it's definitely going to happen. Oh my god, this trading post stuff that's been, I saw it from data mining like 2 years ago. Where is it, Blizz? Rah, rah, rah. And that sort of energy it's not needed if we didn't have data mining at all. But I think we'll never really be able to close that box. I don't think we'll ever really get away from data mining, because someone's going to do it anyway. And if there's a real casualty of this whole 8-week patch cadence, it's that it's very unreasonable to try to co-develop a PTR, one for the purpose of testing, but also walls off story spoilers and other quest things and all that stuff, because that just kind of takes resources away from the actual development of the PTR, for the sake of avoiding spoilers. So it's kind of this unfortunate thing. If patch cycles were a good bit longer, I think that'd be different. And then of course there's patches that don't have any story related stuff at all. Then it's like, who cares? No biggie. Hello, Bella. My take is that unmet expectations aren't worth the bother whining about their own fantasy about something that doesn't even exist yet. It was just the dungeon journal. Okay, so here's what it was. It was just the dungeon journal showing Zul'Jin as a boss, and everyone freaked out, saying he's being killed off. We still don't know that even now, haha. Yeah, so, spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. Like, he got took. Like, and sucked through a portal or whatever. Like, and then we'll see what happens. And at least the way that I saw that cinematic, that was the intent the whole time. Some will probably say, oh, well, clearly, Blizzard saw our reactions and they changed it. And so and I think it's that sort of obsession to, or that sort of desire to feel empowered as a gamer. Oh, our outcry caused them to change things. And so that's why they made that cinematic that usually takes like months to like plan out and put together. No, they did it like in a few minutes because AI. Something like that. Most disappointment comes with a fan fiction that was data mining. It's better than the actual story that comes out. People can't handle it because it signifies a lack of control that we have over the writing. I mean, is that bad though? There comes a point, and I don't know where I've seen this, but I've seen quotes go around where, from writers or directors or whatever, there's a line that's crossed where the fans feel like they're writing the story, and then the writer themselves, the creators themselves, they like lose all that power. And the story suffers for it, because then it becomes like this series of wish fulfillments and non-surprises that are coming from fans. Like, it's different from speculation. It's like, oh man, I totally think that Jon Snow, yada yada yada, some or other. And then it happens, and it's like, oh, we knew it because they pieced everything together. We're so good. Versus, I can't think of a real example right now, but people kind of speculating themselves into like this frenzy, and then something else happens, and then people are pissed because what they speculated felt more fun. They got more excited over that. The problem is they just thought of something that just makes them excited, as opposed to, experiencing the story and being taken for a ride. So it's a tough conversation to have, because you're fighting people's feelings on topics like these. Blizzard could stop data mining if they wanted to, but it builds hype. I mean, I think that'd be tough, because people just intercept that stuff. Like, Final Fantasy XIV stuff is data mined, but that's less talked about because the culture around it there's a negative stigma on that. And so there's that. In the case of WoW, nah, not really. Actually, that might be old information. I do remember that Final Fantasy XIV stuff has been data mined, but I don't know about recent. So yeah, actually, don't hold me to that too hard. Some people hate feeling powerless when it comes to the outcome. I'm the type who just enjoys a story. Like, I don't like getting spoilers. I don't like speculating too much. I just want to sit down and watch this Terminator movie. And then when it's done, I'm like, okay, well, I watched it. but I'm a fan, so I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, so there's that. Um, so I speaking just for me, I don't go in with those sorts of expectations, and if anything, I just don't feel that burden that some others do. If someone wants the story to go a certain way, they're afraid to write a fanfic, and there's tons of them. There's a huge industry around fan fiction. It's great. People love doing it. People love reading it because it gives an opportunity to see someone's vision of how they would like the story to be. Until it's like a self-insert with lots of perverted stuff. Then it's like, oh, C just wanted both of them at once. Got it. Right. Windrunners. Oh my god. There's plenty of well-encrypted cutscenes that stayed hidden right up until the player sees it in live. Yeah, like the in-game stuff. That tends to be less encrypted. The actual cutscenes, the pre-rendered cinematics, those they just leave those out, and then they just don't work. So that's easy. The in-game stuff appears to be harder. So that's what I'm saying when I think there's like certain consequences of the 8-week cadence that they don't really they don't even bother giving themselves the time and energy to encrypt that sort of stuff, because it's like, we got stuff to do, and this is going to take this much time. I don't really know how much time it takes. I figured that it wouldn't be much, but whatever. But that's me speculating why they don't encrypt those cutscenes or provide like lines of text, because, well, I guess the lines of text that we usually see those in like alphas and betas, because theirs are just not even done yet at all. So we should have 10 to 12 weeks between patches. I don't know if that's a real solution. I don't know if that. I'm a skeptic as to whether that'll actually change anything, aside from making people think that they'll feel better about a longer wait between patches. Because even an 8-week patch, people, we get this. Well, what I see is a pretty even split. Oh my god, finally. Oh my god, I've been waiting for something else. I'm done with stuff. Are we on the next season yet? And so it's kind of funny. Like, patches are too short, seasons are too long. Does that make sense? Well, okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what different people different people say. Oof. I need a break from flapping my gums for a bit. Specifically talking about those kinds of players that will complain about bad writing, etc., literally regardless of what happens. Because oh my god, the story did not end with me in bed with all the hot chicks. Ugh, bad writing. Am I right, guys? Yeah. In terms of mythic rating, I don't see the season as too long. To me, a season is comprised of like strictly the things that fit into the context of a season. So like, how long is the raid open? How long are keys open? And what about like in PvP? Everything else feels kind of evergreen now. Because I'm either getting, from all this zone content and whatever, I'm either getting what I can now, so I have player power to do the things that I want to do, or it's just something for me to go back to someday when I feel like collecting a whole transmog set or the core or whatever. Yeah. My way of thinking is superior. Just kidding. It's just different. And people will consume WoW and their games in different ways. Like there's very much this crowd out there, and they're very loud about it, who the cornerstone of their commentary comes from like this mandate, this requirement that everything that is being put out must be finished within the context or within the time frame of when it comes out. So by that I mean, remember Shadowlands? Sorry for the trigger warning. But I remember Shadowlands when all the Covenant stuff came out and yada yada yada. I very distinctly remember the collection crowd being like, "What? I can't collect everything before 9.1? What the hell is this?" And I'm thinking to myself, "You want to collect the entire expansion's worth of stuff in like one like Shadowlands was the most front-loaded collection expansions ever. I can't think of anything else that is heavier than Shadowlands. That bitch was thick." You know what I mean? But we saw that crowd, but I heard that crowd. I'm like, dude, y'all, I'm sorry, I think they're all crazy. Now, the arguments against like covenant swapping and the friction and all that, like, I get that. But it was just more like going through all the motions of unlocking this stuff and getting all the collections they want. I'm like, holy cow, dude. Now, years have gone by, and there continues to be like this resounding argument of, yo, dude, let me get a Shadowlands remix now because I can't go back into all that stuff. And I get that. At least when I was there, though, during that time, it felt like one of the, it's gonna sound weird, it felt like one of the best WoW experiences I've had. The whole collection aspect of jumping from covenant to covenant and make my own little system of like, okay, I'm going to jump to this one, I'm going to do things, I'm going to jump to the other one, I'll do some other things. And I ended up collecting everything that I wanted. It wasn't literally everything, but it was everything I wanted, which is like all the transmog sets, pretty much everything transmog related. I ignored all the mounts. And it was very fulfilling for me. You know, I would say that it kind of sort of changed my trajectory as a player, from like this casual PvE person to someone who was like pretty big on collecting, even though I only collect certain things. But it was great for me. So everyone's a critic, especially those who can monetize the doom baiting of it. It's a little cynical, but you're right. You're right. People who are angry are very engaged. They are eager to they're eager to seek out opinions that match their own. You know, not everyone is very comfortable with feeling challenged with their takes. You know, they don't like looking at a different argument. This is not me saying that we should look at misinformation or disinformation, but just like different opinions based on facts. You know, we still kind of gravitate towards folks that make us feel vindicated because, oh, this guy or this girl, they feel the same way as us. Oh, like a warm hug. Yeah, it feels good to be validated. That's what makes me kind of a freak show, because I can't get angry about stuff. Like I say it all the time. It's true. I physically can't let myself get angry about stuff. Like if I encounter something that I know can be a trigger, I just go the other direction. That's it. I just look for like the happy stuff. You know, so I'll have like puppy feeds going on all the time. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of my counterparts, they'll focus on like things that will that are not just you know, not just, hey, here's something wrong with the game, but more like you know, here's something wrong with the game and clearly the devs have no idea what they're doing. You know, I guess that's the difference between many creators. And I'm the type who's like like the other week, the blueprint thing, when people were having problems with when testing revealed, oh, all your decor disappears. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do the steps. I'm going to put it out on a video and give my feedback. The thumbnail said something along the lines of, hey, blueprints are broken. And here it is. I'm demonstrating it. And like, that was it. And then some people, they added their flavor to it. Oh, clearly Blizzard's not ready. Oh, they need more time for their patches and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I just put out a bug, buddy. But that's what people do. So, and my first WoW expansion that I ever got to play, and I felt very cool. I just did feel like there was a lot of friction with dev philosophy and also COVID happening. There was a lot of everything happening. God, when was that? 20 something years ago now? Oh boy. But it feels like it was only about 6 years ago. It's crazy. Did I do this one? I think I did this one. This is the last person. Cool. Money done. Now, how much money did I make? I don't know. Actually, wait, let me look at the prices and stuff. Yeah, it was 6 years ago. Oh man. I know I've aged. How are the new pots selling? They're selling okay. Profits are still good, but the margins are going to get more and more narrow. But let me see, like right now. So I keep forgetting the name. Cursebound Glow 53. That's still kind of high. Because the 53 gold for a cursed globe thing. That means you need 100 gold to do one cast of those potions. It's still a good profit. Is it better to sell the pots or the reagents? The pots. Yeah. There is now a way for people to make rank 2 vials, which helps to narrow the margins a little bit more, but I don't think it's going to be very widely adopted. Because you still need a lot of resources in order to make that happen. So yeah, 53 for that. Let me star it. And then so something, yeah, this one. So 365, that's gone down quite a bit, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, you need like 25 potions, but those are pretty darn cheap these days. So bad at remembering the potion industry crash. Boomtown, hey, what's up? I don't think I've seen you talk here. You know what? I remember this is many moons ago. I think we talked about bracelets once, and I was like, yeah, I'll take one. And then like ships passing in the night. Didn't see you. Good to see you in chat though. Oh, you know, I won't put you on the spot, but yeah. Yeah, and she's doing more of them this year. I'm still curious though. I'm still wondering like what's going on before BlizzCon. I'm curious who's going. And you got 1,000 now? Good. Googly moogly. I got some stickers. You know, I'm like, felt proud of this. I need to make more. I need to like print more. All of are gonna check my spam folder. Oh wait, check my spam folder. Wow, what am I looking for? Invites went out yesterday. Invites to what? Oh shit. Oh. What, is that confidential? That's not that's not confidential, is it? Let me look. Maybe, she says. She's like, whoops. All right, hold on. So is this from? So this isn't like, because I know Wowhead did something, right? Wowhead's doing something. They reached out to me about something there, but this is a Blizzard thing, or is it a Blizzard thing or a Wowhead thing? Let's go with that. I don't see any other email. Where's my spam folder? My spam folder is fierce. Look at all this Bitcoin shit. Damn. No, no, for them, this is Blizzard event. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you're talking about Blizzard. Alright, hold up. Hold up. Wait. I don't see anything. I'm gonna find John. Yo! What gives? I don't see it. Yeah, I don't, yeah. yeah, do that. Because now I'm gonna be like, hump. Anyway. What else did I want to talk about for the weekly? I'm done with that. Oh my god. I don't know, dude. Sometimes I get communication from them sort of late. Not like too late, but sort of late. Like, they're busy, man. They're busy. They are all sorts of I talked with our guy, and like, you know, he's really good. He's on top of his shit, but then sometimes he'll start talking about stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh no. And he wasn't supposed to talk to me about that. I'm like, dude, buddy. Ravens, thank you. Thank you for subbing. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I'm like, thanks for telling me though. I'm sure I'm gonna be really excited once this becomes a thing. Sorry, folks. The privilege, yeah. Sorry, I'm like letting privilege talk right now. But let me double check. Yeah, there's no messages there. I have missed emails before. That was something else. Okay, I want to check Twitter thing. God, it's so hard for me to check Twitter stuff too. I hate it. It's the worst. Okay. Anyway, the blueprint stuff. So the blueprint contest is something that I started like just the other day. I put out a post. I'm going to continue putting out posts because I really want folks to participate in it. And I've started numerous conversations about it. But why? why am I bothering with this whole blueprint thing? And by that I mean I'm making a contest, and it's going to run for about a month, where I'm encouraging people to make very basic blueprints that only involve neighborhood decor, not even like community coupon stuff, like just stuff that you buy with gold, and make like low-end basic builds, but you know, make them nice to have like a nice starting point for players, or you know, people who just want like a basic house and they don't really want like the box that it comes with. First I want to clarify that yeah, like it's like for those who are participating, it's only decor that you buy in the neighborhood with gold. So the stuff that you get from community coupons, that's not allowed. The artisanal rooms that you buy with community coupons, those aren't allowed either. You know, it's pretty restrictive, because the point is someone who's like kind of like new to the whole housing thing, they probably don't have a lot of levels. They probably have no idea where to get decor and don't understand like what it takes to get some of the stuff, but they just want a house and they have gold, and so brap, give me something. And that's what I want to do. I want to seed the community with a bunch of these starting blueprints. I'm using a context to do it, and so yay. I think that's all I wanted to say, really. Yeah. Well, I'll see what I end up ranting about that later. Okay, I'm gonna check chat to see if you said anything. Okay, so yeah, let me look, because that's gonna change plans. Sheesh. Where's my other email? Okay, not that one. I don't see anything. I do see that the 2023 one was also called the night before. Yay. But yeah, John will come through. He'll come through. Or it's a scheme where he's like, or he, they, whatever. They're like, all the hotties get to go. I'm like, yo, what about me, man? Sheesh, John. I'm sure it'll be fine. No, I'm sure it's not. Just a matter of time. / copium. That'd be cool. Oh, so I might as well reveal this. So Mego, how do I start this? I wanted to make a shirt for BlizzCon. And so I was looking around and I was looking at rates and how much it's going to cost me. And I was like, ooh, that's a lot. And then I happened to get to a conversation with Mego. Y'all might know who she is. She's the one who runs the Valkyria community. She's awesome. And she's also an artist. Very accomplished. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'm trying to do this thing. Do you know anyone? Or are you available? You know, because I'm sure you're busy. And then she was like, oh, I'll hear you out. And so we started talking. And then we kept talking. And then she made a concept. And I was like, oh, I love it. And then I said, can I get 2 designs instead? And then the bill kept getting higher and higher. And so now I'm like, oh, this is bad. So, there are some shirts. So I have a new design coming that looks like, is this it? It looks like this. So these are going to be shirts. These are going to be mugs. And I need to print them out very soon. It was like this is one of those moments. I hope, right? This is me unveiling for the first time. My hope is that I can look back on this as, good phrasing. You know, because the out of the character names that I made, my favoriteest name out of all my characters is Solid Snake, because I love having soul in my name, and so I made a hunter named Solid Snake, and people were very proud of that one. They're like, oh, that's really good. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So when this came up, I think it was like during raid, and I was like, oh, something big decor energy. I'm like, oh, holy shit. So the cool thing, thanks to Mego, is that I can adjust these colors and do all sorts of like neat things with this. So the color scheme can be different. It might be something similar to this because this is pretty good. But yeah, I plan on having those out soon. I just need to get some stuff, get some samples printed so I can demo it, and then I'll have guildmates wear these, and it should be fun. And then I will try to get my money back, try to make my money back, because this was not cheap. But that's for Mega. Hella good, by the way. For anyone who wants like designs and stuff done, she was fucking smooth. Like I had two corrections to make, and they were like super minor. And then everything else, very devious. Everything else that she did was like an upsell. So this was the original thing. I wanted this. And then she happened to design the start of the Alliance version. I was like, fuck you, dude. How dare you upsell me? Do it. And then there's like this little design here that she added. She's like, oh, this looks cute. You know, I thought it was neat. What do you think of that? I'm like, fuck, do it. And then, what was the third thing? The third thing was, you know, this color reverse kind of shadow design. It'll work with this kind of shirt design, but it won't work on different colors. So I would need to like kind of adjust things a certain way if you want to fully adapt this to like whatever the hell service you want. And I'm like, yeah, do it. Dude, she came at me like a professional car mechanic or something like that. She's like, you know, I think you need this. And I'm like, you're right. God damn it. So yeah, very good. Hopefully you make enough to cover BlizzCon costs, if not more. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's this that's what this is what mess with me, man. So I can't wait to have those out. I'm probably gonna go with a basic shirt design, you know, something a bit rough. It'll be unisex. I think those have done better, like numbers wise. The unisex stuff just, you know, it hits that market a lot more easily. What am I doing in game right now? Not really anything. Okay, here we go. When is the next event thing? Let's play the game as intended. So the next thing is in 15-20 minutes or so. Okay, we can do that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to put together. I mean, both of us were like, we called it video hell when we were doing this. Like, I was embroiled with stuff, and in one tiny corner of my third screen, it was like little things like that, and we're having this little conversation about stuff, and in the meantime I'm like, oh my God, tearing my hair out over all this stuff, man. But that's the joy of doing a job like this for content that you like. That's the whole thing. Yay. And I haven't even had a chance to like work on my house. Like I was doing a lot of stuff yesterday, and I kind of have a plan. So I might as well spoil you guys as to what the plan is too. So let me go over, because I made like this big old canvas. Yeah, let's go with that. I made this big old canvas for the purpose of creating pixel art. And I deleted some pieces, so, you know, I feel bad, but at least I took a screenshot of it when it was like fully intact. And I was trying to think of ways of how to apply this pixel art, because what I'm going to do is, so here there are approximately 3,000 small wooden tiles make up this entire surface here. It's a lot. So they're like this small, right? I took these small tiles, made them even smaller, brought them down to 25%. And I spent about 7 hours on stream yesterday just doing this. And y'all stuck around, and I appreciate that. The next step is for me to paint a canvas. And so like I was trying to think of like different ways to to do it. Like I had like this weird sort of thing where I wanted to like position my camera a certain way. So I'm like, okay, I'm here, and then I, position myself like this, and then, maybe I can like kind of draw on the thing. That didn't work out. That was trash. So what I'm probably gonna do instead is just make a grid. Or make a grid where this is like, this is 0.0, and then I'm just gonna do coordinates, and then I'm going to make, wait for it, shit, which one is it? Probably this one. Yeah, I'm going to make this. So what you see here is, I believe it's a 84 by approximately 85 by 40 pixel art of the WoW logo. And I think it's this version. Shit, I'm not sure. It's this version or maybe another version. Let me look. It might be that one. Is it this one? No, I think they're the same. Yeah, so I think there's only 16 colors that are used here. I'm pretty sure. Right? Okay, that's totally not it. That's totally not it. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna map all this out. I'm gonna coordinate the shit out of this thing, and then I'm going to apply it here. So my next step, maybe over the weekend or so, is to identify all the colors that I'm going to be using, and then refer these to the dyes that will be used, because I'm not going to get the exact colors here, but I'm going to use those, and then I got to source it all. So I got to buy not 3,000 ink, but I'm going to be buying like 3,000 minus all this negative space here. So let's go with like, well over 2,500, so well over 2,000. Yeah, well over 2,000 ink that I'm going to need. Oh, dye, I'm sorry, that I'm going to need. And then I'm slowly going to dye stuff. One fucking thing at a time. Now, the other thing that I did, so to help me do this, because I managed to limit the number of colors down to 16. Oh wait, no, it's not this one. No, don't tell me it didn't save. Shit. Oh no. Uh-oh. Crap. So I might have to do this again. Oh shit. What I tried to do, I separated each color into a layer. So it had I could just do this again. So it had its own layer. And so what I can do is isolate each color, so that way I can have like, okay, here's the color, and then here's a list of all the coordinates for that particular color. And then I would just go one color at a time. So that way I'm not just going to like, okay, here's this one, and then I apply this blue, and then here's this one is a yellow, this one's a yellow, and then I'm just going to do it like a whole color at a time. You can do the color matching in Photoshop by using index color mode. It kind of does weird things though. So like, if I do this and I do the index thing, I would go to exact, and I kind of know what you're talking about, because then it would pull up, not there, somewhere else. So shit, I forgot where to go. I think it was like not there. Cancel. And then there was some other step to like pull up all the colors, but no, I got them all. But I don't exactly need to like choose which one. But later once I have this separated again, I just need to do that. From that, I'm gonna do kind of I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna experiment with the different color swatches that are available with the dyes, and then just replace all the colors, right, with ones that match what is available in the game. That makes sense. And then it should, and then I'm gonna get like the best approximation based on the decor. However, just because I choose that color here does not mean it's going to reflect the same way on this surface, because this surface has like a certain texture on it that, like this pink, it's pink, but it's it's like within this gradient, so that's why the colors look the way they do. It's because it's like kind of a range, but it's not going to be like exact. It's going to be, for the most part, like the somewhat darker shade or lighter shade of each of these things. So even if I try to make these exact, it may not look right. So that's why I'm kind of doing one color at a time, to be like, okay, I'm going to like lay all these colors out, and then does this look okay once it's out there? Yes, no, so on and so forth. So, but that's kind of, yeah, I think that's the difference. It's like, do I just start filling stuff in? Do I start in this corner and go all the way up? Do I do it like that, and that'll give me a sense of what's going on? Or I do one color at a time? Because at least if I start here, if I start in one spot and progress, that might give me a bit better of a sense. Does the lighting affect it? Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. So what I would probably do here, especially because I'm in the nighttime room, I would just have a bunch of dark iron chandeliers, because unless you guys know of another one, dark iron chandeliers, they have the largest radius. Not the most intense. I'm not looking for intensity. I'm just looking for, like, something a bit more subtle. And from experience, the dark iron chandelier had like the best thing. I think you need to do something like black first to get an outline. Maybe. I could always just I could always do that a little bit afterwards, because like the pixel art here, this isn't perfect. Like, this was me taking the WoW logo and just shrinking it down. So that's why you see some of this messiness here. Like, so you see some awkward whites and things like that. So some of these I might consider replacing with a black, but I don't know if that's necessary yet. Because ultimately, it's going to look like it, here we see it on screen. Here in game, we can zoom out this far and it'll look like this. So it might pop enough. And then, of course, I'm going to remove tiles as well. And then from there, I can have the background be almost whatever I want, as long as I can have it like not clip through the that. So, from that, I could just instead of pixel art, I can just have like rocks, paving stones or something like that, surround the logo. I can do like this whole, I still have like this much more canvas to work with. So it'll be fun. I don't really have a timeline for this, really. I can like bring this down like whenever. And then when the time comes, when we start doing judging for the blueprint contest, that's going to be a trial too, because depending on how many entries come in and how much people utilize dyes, I'm going to end up using a lot of my own dye. So I'm going to be like, willing to take donations of gold and or dyes so I can finance this contest. It's fun giving myself like all these cool little projects and stuff to do. It's yeah, it's fun. That's the big thing. Like, I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun. I'm sure there are things that I can do for money that are way more efficient, but yeah. But something like this just feels cool. Is doing one room okay? It must be the whole house. That's a good question. Hmm. Hmm. You know, even though it doesn't specify, I guess I would say it doesn't necessarily have to be an entire house, but it still needs to fit all the other rules. Now, yeah, it still needs to fit all the other rules. Are these new tiles? No, I shrunk these. Yeah. So the small wooden floor tile is normally this big. Right. But in this case, I brought it down to about 25%. Ta-da. Yeah, it's just so it can fit in this square here without me needing to use advanced mode to bring it in any further. Yeah. At least I got into a lot of fun conversations while people kept me company as I was putting this together. This was a lot. This was a whole lot. And I made mistakes too with setting this up, but it was a learning process, and I feel like I've grown a little bit as we did this. And as a floor, it just looks neat. It's very crisp. It's not perfect. There's like flaws in here, but no, it feels good. Of course, you can achieve the same thing with the regular size tiles too. So you can like get more space, and then the large ones, I believe the large ones they cost 3 budget. These cost only 1, and so that's why I wanted to use. Well, I use these because I need to do pixel art. But if you're trying to fill up a space, if you want, you can make these bigger, smaller, whatever, and it'll look pretty good. So like it would be like this thick for the small tiles, and then there's like larger ones too. And I think there's triangular ones, or if I recall correctly. Yeah, fan. Oh, it's like 7 minutes until a curse surge, so I might as well. I should do that. I might end up. I'm probably going to use some of the newer tile, some of those newer beams. I'm going to replace these bookcases. You know, I can make a better outline than this with the new pieces. So I'm excited to like try doing that. And then once I'm done with the Forsaken stuff, I'm going to wrap that one up and call it done. But for now, let's get out of here. I want to play some game. What's the best way to get there? I'm in the neighborhood. Let's go. Small town max size is compared to a large 100%. Yeah, and then you can use like the large tiles too, because I think the large ones I think they're 3. I think. I'm here. I'm gonna pass by. Now, the large tiles, they're still smaller than the platforms. But aesthetically, oh, they look way cooler. I'll be excited to see... it'll be exciting to see builds slowly convert to, to build around that. Yeah, so 3 for the large one. Cool. Oh, that's right. Okay, there's a triangular tile, too. Woo-woo. I don't know if I'm going to utilize that in the build though, or in that whole pixel art thing. I think the only sense of urgency that I have to get that done is I want to get it done before some other psycho gets something like that done. Because I'm sure people have thought of it, or people might have already made something, but I just want to get mine out there. But it's like, I need time to do it. Best time to do it really is during a stream, where I can just like chat with you all while doing it. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. There's like the fishing dailies and stuff to do. Boj, thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate it. But yeah, next one is in a few minutes. But let me pick up that daily. See what that's about. But yeah, these days, outside of certain things, I don't really have that same kind of go 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 mentality. You know, finish everything and all that. Not that I feel like I'm better than other players for it, but you know, personally, I feel better off. I feel a lot more relaxed about things. Well, there are quite a few dailies actually. That's what, 3 days? Oh, that's plenty of time. And then the next curse surge is the Broodmother's Nest. So how many are there? So there's Nest, Generator, Massacre, Whispering March. And then... So they always go in this order, huh? Looks like it. Are you or have you considered yourself addicted to WoW? To a certain extent, yeah, absolutely. I mean, my livelihood revolves around it, so yeah. Now, is there a particular need that I have from it? No, not these days. Yeah, not these days. I can... Yeah, for me, it's more like it's just routine. You know, so, like, many will notice, like, I'm not like, oh, I gotta farm and get that mount, or get my 100% completion of, like, all the things, and, you know, outside of shields, that is. So it's a different sort of, you know, I define my addiction in different ways. It's just like any other labeling. No one likes being labeled. I'll describe all these things and I'll leave the labels to you know, for others to judge me by, if that makes them feel better. Might as well face it, we're addicted. Well, like I said, to a certain extent. You know, I would say like there's unhealthy addictions or unhealthy habits in part of some players. You know, those who are like who's notorious? The folks who continue to try to farm for that one mount, the Valentine's Day mount, whatever it's called. You know, I'll see people be like, oh man, you know, I did 700 attempts this year and I still didn't get it. To me, that's not what I would consider healthy. We can turn that around and say, well, that's clearly Blizzard enabling that sort of behavior. But if not for that, then I think those kinds of gamers would obsess over something else then, if not that. Yeah, I don't know what this damn thing is. Okay, not Broodmother, it's the Looming Mutagenitor. I think I saw it, but I don't know where it is. That is... Okay, that's a different thing. That's a daily. Well, I'll just see if it just pops up. Then I'll know where to go. Western? Oh, so... Oh, it's the one that's here? Okay. Does it instantly pop up here? Or do I gotta refresh the map? Come on, eyeballs. I do remember, like, the other day, I, like, came out. I happened to come out from the west end of the vault. I'm like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, I made it. I made it just in time, too. I was coming out kind of late. The way completion them is that back in Wrath and Cat days, it was somewhat achievable, but Modern WoW has so much stuff, it would take unhealthy time spent. Well, a lot of the achievements that people still bitch about, though, are from Wrath, Cataclysm. You know, they are from that era, though. You know, people who are still trying to get like the Heartbreaker mount, I think is what it's called. People who are still trying to get Invincible, like those old things. I mean, that was part of the reason why the collector's bounty thing, why that became a thing. You know, to help people get that, you know, release from their prison. And these days it's a lot. But then you just gotta get on your path and just do it. But it's just that there's a lot of stuff. Hey, come here. So I would say, like, if you have a particular goal in mind, oh, it's chill. I think it's a pretty cool experience. If your goal is 100% though, and like I was saying earlier, if it's like, oh, I gotta get a 100% of everything before this patch is over, so that way when the new stuff comes in the next patch, I can leave everything behind me. I know for me that wouldn't be healthy behavior. For others, that's perfectly normal. And so that's where you get some of these disagreements. Can't finish my folio because no one's killing Lethier. Do I just wait to fill group, or am I missing something? Who is Lethier? I don't even know who that is. Set smaller goals as part of the big goal so you get the hit. Oh yeah, that's definitely me. And for me, I try to get like a full understanding of what these goals are. Like if it's something that I know I can do anytime, cool. If it's something that I feel like is pretty busted without having a group, okay, then I will feel compelled to do it sooner. So that's kind of that. I think Mr. GM pointed out that there is a. Wow, I did a lot. Oh, that was the bonus damage. Mr. GM pointed out this thing on. There's an achievement to do 300 of these things, which is like, wow, that's a lot. But you know, it's a lot in the context of, okay, I want to get this done before the patch is over, so I need to count like just how many hours of work I'm going to be putting into this, and it seems like a lot. But if I don't care too much, and it's like, okay, it's just something that I'll like kind of like chill and do, cool. I have a feeling that requirement's going to go down. I think it is pretty unreasonable. So, but that's me. I think 30 is fine. 300 of these curse surges, though, that's kind of a lot. Oh, there's another quest. There's a world. Oh, it's a world quest too. So actually, I'm not even. Am I even doing the right thing? I just happen to be doing the right thing. Okay. So I guess I can kind of like stick around for a bit. And then I'll do the world quest. Get me some morals. Yeah, 100 would be fine. I think that'd be cool. You know, I'm like chilling here and I'm getting like, you know, this many done. No, it's like, all right. I can swing it. Oh, did we finish? Oh, I did finish. Venom Soaked Satchel. Okay. Sweet. But then I still need to do the world questy. I just chip away. I was saying with the maybe wait and expansion to the fully soloable. That's my mantra. When the going gets tough, quit or wait. I can wait. I mean, my copium's strong like that, though. Not everyone's that way. They do want to move on. But again, it kind of highlights the different wants from players. It's like, yo, Blizz, I want content to stay relevant, even, you know, but not like this. You know, I think what people typically ask for in that kind of conversation is, you know, they want like, hey, Blizz, I want delves all over the world. You know, keep them relevant somehow. But at the same time, Blizz, give me a portal that conveniently takes me there. Or let me just queue up via menu. It's like, do you want the world to be bigger, or do you just want like more stuff and make it seem like, you know, the world's relevant? Because if you want something like that, bring back the mission table. If you want the old world to feel relevant, I mean, you're not going there, but at least like if they name drop something happened in the Barrens or something like that, and then you send troops down there, and then you get a transmog thing out of it, that could be kind of cool too. In my opinion, I really like the mission table as a side story telling standpoint. It's awesome. It's kind of like having like regular books release, and then not books, but like in-game messages and books and literature and whatnot that kind of tell you more story, even though you're not directly participating in it. I think those are cool. But folks also don't like it, so I'm like, you suck. You suck, and it's your fault they're gone. But depends on the reward. Always depends on the reward. If it's a cool mount or pet that not many people will have, I'll chip away the stuff. Otherwise, what's the point of spending the time? Here's the thing, though. If it's a cool mount, then a lot of people are going to want to have it, right? If it's a cool thing that not a lot of people have, then oh my god, Blizz, how dare you gatekeep us for whatever the hell reason? It's gate kept. Why are you only restricting people from having this? Why can't we have nice things too? You know, I think it's one of the reasons why we don't really have very unique PvP rewards like we used to. You know, the kinds of armor art variety that's shifted. You know, we do have a lot of cosmetics, don't get me wrong, but once upon a time we had this very distinct PvP look. They had a look to them that was theirs. They owned it. That was pretty neat, I think. And I have a quest, so let's do this thing, baby. Actually, let's pick up this thing, baby. Whee! So we're doing a thing. I like this. I like this whole players are active in this area thing. It gives gamers a sense of like, okay, I don't know what to do, but the people are here. So I think I will go here. I think there's a value here because you just get an opportunity to get like lots of coins from doing these. You know, having a hard grind like this, I find, you know, I take some fulfillment out of this. It's also about resource management to pay for an asset and then have it not be available with some regularity. Is it? You know, because that sort of exclusivity, you know, creates a certain demand for that. Okay, there's a lot of dudes. What the hell? And these traps don't even work on the enemies. I think those traps are just meant to hurt me. Okay, if I can loot, can I loot these ambushers? I don't think I can. So I shouldn't be killing these guys. Yeah, these guys don't got none. Actually, none of these guys have loot. Oh no, I thought these guys had loot on them. I guess that was some fake news. But yeah, in my opinion, like having that sort of exclusivity makes desire. Makes people want that stuff. You know, if everyone has it, then everyone has it, and then the conversation is over. Like, people talk about the old Mage Tower appearances right now, still 10 years later, because you don't get them anymore. Hardly anyone talks about the new Mage Tower because we can do it at any time. It's always up. The rewards are just there. And then when people get it, you know, then they just get it. It's because it's a personal fulfillment, but it's not something that like gets shared and or celebrated in nearly the same way. When Invincible drops, you know, almost 20 years later, gets lots of likes, gets, you know, people will be like, oh, grats, yay for you. Oh, I still haven't got mine. You know, it stays in the conversation. There's my coins, baby. Hard farming these things, like, it takes a while, but at least it's feasible. You mean invisible? Huh? Clever. Where am I on the whole coin thing? Oh, okay. I think by the time I finish some of this stuff, then I can probably buy a new upgrade thing. I don't know what to get though. I spent 4 or 5 hours in there running most events. I'm at 9,050. Oh, so you bought everything too already? Yeah, that's some good time. All right, so this thing's done. No more loot. What? And then past here. See, here's the one I don't like. I just want a map with that shows me the flight points. I mean, I just got to remember. Remembering is helpful. This is gonna hurt. Oh, what the hell? 30 foes slain while on a party. No. Why? Not worth it. I'm too socially awkward for this. Challenge mode, mogs only see one person wearing all these years later. Give them a belated grants. Nice. I was a scumbag. I bought mine. Yeah, it was like the last week, and I'm like, yeah, I want the appearances, and so I've got it. Same thing with Warlords. I'm like, yep, I want to get that stuff. Can't wait any longer. But personally, I really enjoy this flow. This is, I don't know if it's perfect. I don't know what perfect is, but I feel happy with this arrangement. The way I feel, you know, my feeling on the flow is it's a train. And you can get on and off this train whenever you like. So I just came in. I'm like, okay, there's like stuff going on. There's like dudes to kill. There's events happening. Like, let's go. Yeah, so it does want me to kill 30 foes while in a party. Maybe I'll hop onto my other account, party with myself. That's so scummy. I don't even know if that would work. I'll let them do their thing and I'll chill. I think all the people I invited for next week, let me double check that they had accepted my invite and didn't just decline it. Because then I can start doing some vetting. You almost done yet? No, not almost done yet. All right, I'll help. Come on, guys. Yay. All right, how many does this put me at? 2,500? That might give me enough. Maybe. If anybody for the crest, I'm working it too. We'll see how much longer I stay on. Yeah, I'd say like for folks who are like struggling, like do the patrols until you feel comfortable with the gearing or with your gear. But even then, like it's not like doing the patrols. It's not like it's a source of gear. It's more of a source of coins, and it's just easier to do. So my advice to anyone would be like, okay, well, focus on trying to get plenty of champion and veteran gear from whatever sources that are available. Then start living here. Make your living here and try to survive, or be a tank and just vibe. So what am I at here? So okay, wait, I need to talk to the dude first. Oh, I need 4,000. Oh, hell no. Yep, not there yet. And I'm pretty sure I can't do any new codex stuff. Yeah, I only have one. So what would I go for next though? So I decided to not get that choice power yet. What would be the cool thing to have down here for my tank, that is? Venom enhanced enemies are more likely to release volatile venom. So that's me. That doesn't make any sense. What the hell would that do? They're more likely to release volatile venom, but then this thing lasts for like 5 minutes. So I don't really need this. Yeah. I mean, if it said that's they would drop more coins, that'd be one thing. Drink up the keys, treasures. You may find wards that protect allies from venomous effects. I guess my big thing is like just getting these coin bonuses. Like that's really the only purpose of it. Yeah. Even then, it's gonna be a grind. And additional spirits follow. Oh, and there's incursion stuff. Oh yeah, I should turn in the quest. Let's see if I don't think it's gonna give me like 1,000 some. Yeah, 250. But I'm also good on the renown now. I hit 5 was my goal, and I don't think the other ones are. See, like these are my habits. Like a lot of the zone stuff, I'm still not done. All right, so next one are profession points, followed by decor, followed by what's this? Oh, that gives me one. That's it. I get one thing. Cursors bosses now have a daily chance to drop warband stuff. That's okay. Unfortunate scout things, more trash treasure, wrist armor, tabard, mount, decor, pet, moral. Yes, nothing too big here. Did they unlock the prey tracker somewhere? It hasn't been unlocked the entire time. I don't know. I haven't touched prey, actually. I didn't see a quest, so I thought it was just... Here, I'll go back. I'm curious. You have to complete a new prey to unlock normal heroic nightmare unlocks like that. Oh, okay. So I'll do one. Sure. That won't take long. Oh, so you can start progressing down the track, huh? What's the cap though? I imagine there's at least some cap, because I'm not gonna farm hard. That's gonna take forever. $5,000. God damn. Okay. Well, I mean, that feels good. That feels compelling to me. Oh wait, no, that's Herondar. No, 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 no. I'm going here. Yeah. No, wait. Oh, so I don't unlock the new Cold Isle stuff yet. Okay. Shit. Oh, no, that is Cold Isle, you doofus. Okay, that's Zulamon. That's Cold Isle. Sheesh. Okay, so whatever. I'll take any of them. Let's roll. I will teleport home. It's like giant island. Huh? Where is it? It is bugged right now. Yeah, so there's an issue with them, and they disabled moving your entrance. Yeah, so I will happily do some prey journey stuff. Speak to the cook. Okay. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, one of these. What do we got? Meal. Oh, it's boar, hardtack, pepper plant, fish guts. Peppers. Years and years later, we still got this style of well, you know what? Fine. Variety is king. More protein. That looks like protein. Oh, that's meat protein. Is that what they want? Oh, fish. Oh no, damn it. Okay. They meant fish. Yeah, they said I think day of the patch that there's an issue with it. They had to disable it. So, oh well. Oh, interesting. I'm being given the same sequence. It's not like just totally random. And bread. And fish. No, I'm definitely looking forward to what people put together with basement stuff. I think it's gonna be sick. It just needs to work, Blues. I'm sure it will. Eventually. Yeah, because I mean, well, my thing is like it worked on the PTR, so some issue happened. Oh, I'm sorry, turtles. That was the camera bullshit I was talking about in the PTR? Could be. I don't know. Oh, so I'm reading turtle shells. 1. Wait, so I guess I need to kill these for... Oh. Damn combat. Huh. Someone wants to sponsor a prize package for my event. I'm working on creating a blog for showcase all things WoW housing. Interesting. So someone wants to contribute to the prize pool for the blueprint contest. I mean, that's cool, but that's a unexpected response from someone. So they're saying maybe a thing for the seaside shop, or how should I respond to that? I mean, yeah, we can add something to sweeten the pool. I just need to figure out. So they're offering to pitch in like a shop code, basically. Like, oh, I'll buy one, and then we can include it into the pool. But I don't know when stuff's coming out, so I'll just probably tell them, well, I'll keep you in mind, but for now, for now, I want to kind of hold this close. Like, I haven't announced prizes yet because I don't officially know. I don't have official confirmation as to because I asked Blizzard to like help out, and they said yes, but I need like, I want to be very, very reassured before I share that with people. Of course, it'll help, sweeten the deal and all that. If I say, oh, it's this and this and this. Now, one thing that I'm not asking for in part of the prize pool, funny enough, I'm not going to ask for the housing skin, you know, that big thing. I'm not going to ask for that. I don't think that would be great for a prize, especially because there's a good chance that people already have it. And if you already have it, then the code just won't work. And then it's like, oh, well, bad news bears. So my thought is, if I were to offer up like a number of repeatable packs, that would probably be better. Yeah. I mean, I'll let them know. But then, as for like when we get closer to the day of, because that's gonna be hectic as fuck, dude. It's gonna be nuts. Because I'm gonna have, I'll be just coming back from BlizzCon. I'm gonna want to do a recap, but the contest will have also just ended, or the entry period will have also just ended, and then now I need to start like really putting stuff together and set up a showcase for like all the builds, depending on how many there are, and then a really big one for like finalists. And it's right here. Nice, very convenient. Maybe they get store credit if they already had the skin. I'm not sure, actually. I'll have to ask, because I don't know how that works. Because maybe it would just kind of give you a bundle sort of thing. And hopefully it would just give... Yeah, I don't know. I think it would end up giving Battle.net balance, but not Hearthsteel, which I don't know if that matters or not. Alright, so I got stuff, and I got like this veteran thing. Nah, no, not great. But now what? On the journey. So I'm at 1. Oh wait, so okay. So I started at 0, and then I guess I got to 1, right? Yeah. So can I go higher, perhaps? I gotta head back though, so let's use this to go back. Actually, let me look at this person's profile. I want to make sure they're legit too, right? Where are the chats? Okay, they seem... Okay, they're a WoW fan. Cool. They're a person. About midnight, epic, and also collector's edition. And when I redeemed my code, I got a store code. Yeah. All right, I'm heading home. Or home to pray, that is. Yeah, this person is definitely a WoW housing fan from their post history. All right, back to pray stuff. Let's see what we get. Yeah, you can't gift the core directly. Okay, so nothing there, but can I progress? Okay, so it's back down to 1,000, but we can start working it. Sure, why not? These don't take too long. But then, what am I progressing to? Actually, so this lets me. Okay, so now I have the portal to go back. Appreciate it. It's ossified relics, but the Curse of the Isle, that quest hasn't been a thing yet. And then I may be able to unlock. It looks like I might be able to progress and unlock random hunts. I mean, hell, if I blow through all the prey, then I can get that far. But am I actually trying to get anywhere? The Funeral Cola gives you 2 corrosive souls once per week. Per character. So I may be able to use this to quickly farm up all the powers that I want. So that'll make me feel that much cooler in prey, I guess. Yeah. It's not going to help me too much for the Nemesis boss. Like, yeah. I don't think it's going to help me too much. We'll do another one. At least I'll be able to teleport back kind of quickly. But right now I have no way back. I got 1 minute and then I can teleport home. I'll do that. All right. Oh, there might be a message here. Okay, nothing there. You can also take the Mage Tower portal and the Silverman to the neighborhood and then to the Isle. That's a lot. Nah, I'll just wait for this thing to refresh. It's all good. Yeah, it's like I'm going fast enough that within 15 minutes, or well before 15 minutes are up, like I can finish a prey. Next week will feel a lot smoother because we'll have the portal to at least take us there if we wanted to. And then of course after this particular prey, then I can at least go back to like a different zone or whatever. I can go to the local zones that have their own portals, or they're just close. Any of that works. Oh, hello. All right, turn in the thing. Yay. It's really easy house XP and coupons. That's for sure. All right. Oh, and then there's the daily that I finished earlier too. How long to wrap up, actually? Taka. Oh, it's going to be a bit. But it doesn't seem like it'll be like that long. I could just, Go, go, go. You know, hunting for that prey target was really short, too. Maybe I'm tripping. Okay, where is this person? Seems like they're in a cave of some sort. I can't easily see... Oh. Probably in here. What? Whoa. The hell? Oh no, I'm a baby. Ah! I guess I gotta... What? Yeah, I'm just here for a rare, buddy. Returns you to the entrance of... I don't care about that. Okay, I don't know what... Not quite sure what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just gonna go to the end. Cool. Now, if this was supposed to, like, hurt me or something, then, ooh. Well, yeah, I'm just here for the rare, man. Oh, and you, I guess. Man, hard prey is... That's not what I imagined. I guess I'm that well geared. What else we got? Little treasures here. Whoa. Oh god, there's like so many little things. Are these actual treasures though? That give me like credit? Guess so. It's very minor. And it's not like I get coins up here. I only get them down there. Too bad there's no prey that's specific to the vault. Oh, I'd love to just womp on the dude with like poison and weird stuff. Okay, there are a lot of little things, though. Lots of small dangers. All right. Oh, that was an actual treasure, too. Sweet. what do we have here? Black housing dye. I find that kind of funny. The dye that I've... Black dye is the only dye that I've seen when finding these treasures. It's kind of funny that I'm seeing dye at all. That it's only one specific color. That's interesting to you. Oh, hello. Oh, who's hitting me from way above? And that brought me to the thing. All right. Yeah, hard is not nearly as hard as I thought. You've had black, brown, and green ones. Really, there's zones, but that's kind of interesting. I mean, it's not like it's the way to farm for those colors, but it's something. All right, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and raid another channel. I'll go ahead and cut out. I'll carve out some of the conversations that we had from earlier this morning, make that into kind of like the weekly, you know, kind of get people talking about like just how people are reacting to some of the patch stuff from this week. Plus the clarifications on the contest, and of course encouraging people to participate because it's very important. So let's find a place to raid. If I can. All right, so who do we got? We got Bears, who's doing WoW stuff, and myself. Let's go with Bears. There's a bunch of housing Facebook groups. Oh, I've yet to see them. Oh, Bears is on break, but actually I don't know what they're streaming at all. Shit. Yeah, I can't tell. I think it's WoW stuff. Yeah. I'll go with WoW stuff. And if I'm wrong, it's their fault. So all right, folks. I want to thank you guys for joining me this morning for the chats and to keep me company as I was like exploring stuff and figuring things out. So off I go. You folks have a fantastic rest of your day and weekend. I'll see you guys next week for visits and good times. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy.